Yes, sir.
Very good. So these power options will try to protect your system. For example, um, I am working on my PC for some time, and I went for a tea or coffee or something. I didn't return within a 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Meantime, someone will see your screen. They maybe change something, or maybe the power consumption is like power is not connected. Like think like it's a only laptop part. So power is consuming. Highest power consuming in the device is display only. Your display is the more power consuming part. Your mobile phone, see, if you buy a mobile phone, it will show like what you can say, like a talk time. So your talk time, like a talk time is 24 hours. Talk time is 24 hours. It means 24 hours you continuously talk, no problem. 24 hours it will work. Up to 24 hours it will work continuously, can talk, no problem, because it's a talk time. When if you are observed, when you are talking, the display everything is off. It is a blank screen only. You can able to hear the voice and you can speak. That's it. That's a talk time. But if you play a game or if you're watching a continuous videos, what happened, the battery will be drained faster. So why? Because of they given 24 hours talk time, right? So that is for only talk time, means normal function purpose only. So just for talking and on purpose, like you keep on, nothing, no call, no message, nothing is there, just phone is on. It will 20 not 24 hours, 48 days, or system will work, like your mobile will work. Okay, if you talk, then only power will be reduced. But if you watch video, then automatically it start reducing more than a normal talking. Like 1 hour talk, and how much percentage is will be reduced, and observe that half an hour talk, how much percentage, half an hour video, how much percentage is reduced, because display is on. If display is on, more power consumption. So okay, if it is on condition of display, more power consumption. Next, rest of the part. Rest of the part means CPU, RAM, hard disk, and other things, mouse, keyboard, and everything is active condition, right? Rest of the hardware will consume power. So here to protect, drain out the battery condition. So your mobile phone is also like you are using for some time. You don't need to lock it. Just keep the phone in on condition. Just like you send a message to your friend, leave it aside, and after 15 seconds, automatically display is off. Again, you unlock it, and you can see the last displays like that only. So why? Because of should protect from the battery drain out. So these power options also protect your system from drain out your battery. Okay, and also other things. Okay, one second. So how to change these power options, and what are the types of power options are available? So we'll see that one, guys. In a Windows 10, there is a different places we will go. So I'm putting in a full screen mode. So I think this zoom is okay. So this is Windows button, and this next one is a Cortana. Okay, you can search anything in a Cortana, file search or a application search or a option search also. Okay, here I'm going to settings directly. Already I told you don't require any specific material to learn Windows 10. Why? Because of if you go to this part in your own physical machine, or maybe your virtual machine, so if you go to each and every option and see what are the options are there, you can learn so many things. You can learn so many things. Next one is a control panel. So this is enough to almost, like I already told, 40-50%. You can learn Windows 10 by here only. We can manage Windows 10 by going through these options. And important options are system, devices, personalize, account, update, and security. Of course, network and internet. So first these one, two, three, four, five, six options. Okay. First option is like a system. So go through system. Okay. After the class, just have a take rest and something, and what you will do, already you are already have a machine, go to each and every option and go to sub options. No need to change anything, just click here and see what is the option it is showing in a starting. Display option, notification and action, what is this window, what is it is showing like this. So check it. If you are in a VM, you can change it also. Try to open that option. If in case if you change it, what happened, if something is goes wrong, no problem in VM. In physical machine, be careful, so don't do anything in physical machine. Okay. This is a display setting, notifications. Okay, so in a mobile phone also we are getting notification, right? So what kind of notifications you want to get in a lock screen? Okay, so what notification tips you should get it, on off conditions, you have to read it. Everything I have to explain means it will take only Windows 10 1 month. Okay, so you have to read these things. Apps and features, what are the applications installed in your PC and what are their features, like this it will show. These are the default application with your Microsoft Windows 10. Okay, if you install any application on yourself, then also it will show that one. Multitasking is there. Okay, multitasking is normally Windows 10 is a multitasking thing, but it will show some snapping kind of stuff. I will show what is this kind virtual desktop and all. Okay, this is a tablet mode. What happened, it closed automatically. Okay, so yeah, our point is power option, right? So I'm going to power option directly. First power option, then I will show you remaining thing. If you see this power option, when plugged in, turn off after 10 minutes. Screen turn off. Display will off after 10 minutes by default. When plugged in, PC goes to sleep after 30 minutes. What is plugged in? Whenever I connect a power. So it's like a laptop. This is the additional power setting. You can see related settings, additional power setting. When you click on here, automatically it will take you to control panel. See control panel, sound, hardware and sound, and power options. So this is the power options. You can see balanced, power saver, and high performance. Three type of power plants are there. And also the laptop, when you buy a laptop with Microsoft Windows 10, so you will get company like a Dell power options, Lenovo power options, like that it will shows one extra line. So why? Because of they feel that that is a better option. But okay, so you can use any of the option, depends upon your situation. Okay, so there is some other options also there, you can leave it. And what you do, so in your notes, write down one by one, like a balanced, and write down automatically balanced performance, energy consumption with the capable hardware. Save energy by reducing your computer performance where possible. Favors performance but may use more energy. So write down these things. We cannot highlight and we can copy paste, but just you can see that. So these are the power options. Three type of power options are there. So I will try to explain these things. Okay, one is balance. Okay, balanced power option. Next, power savers. So what is it? A saver, yeah, power saver only. Balanced power saver. One more is there, that is called high performance. Okay, so I written three things, right? So what is a balanced power? What is a balanced means? Um, so whenever I use application performance and power performance, both will be balanced. Power saver, application performance means the system performance will be lower, and power saver will be increases, so it will save battery and make it work longer period of time. High performance in a mode, so power consumption is high. So like, if you are using a desktop, you can use high performance. If you are using a laptop with a continuous power supply, you can use performance. If you are using a balanced and you have a power connection, then you can use it. Like you have a laptop and you have to work on the PC, work is there, and power connection is there. Sometimes power off, sometimes power is there. So then you can use balance. So no problem. And power is a problem. Like you don't connect the power to your laptop, so power connection is not there. So then switch it to power saver. So power saver, if you are not using your laptop, so automatically it turn off the display very fast, and as well as it go into the sleep mode. So like that, it will try to save your power. Never put a laptop in high performance until unless you are working from morning to evening continuously coding and all. You can put it in a high performance. Other than that one, don't put a performance. Continuous viewing, continuous video chatting, put a charging and high performance. If you don't put a charging, never put a high performance in laptop. You can put in a balanced mode or power saver mode. If you are light worker and power charging is little bit challenging, then put it in a power saver mode. So that is the three things. Okay, you can read these things also, you will understand. Automatic balance performance with energy consumption on capable hardware. But here save energy by reducing computer performance here where possible. Okay, so it will reduce the performance. Okay, but what it is, how it is possible with these options. Go to change plan settings. Go to change plan settings. Click on change plan settings. You can see two things, or sometimes you can see three things also, no problem. But you can see two things, or sometimes only one thing. So here you can look at two parts. Okay. So turn off display 10 minutes. Put the computer to sleep is 30 minutes. So where I'm in a balanced by default. You can change it if you want it. You can change it if you want. So I'm writing here in a balanced. Okay. Display off in 10 minutes by default, and sleep, put it in a sleep mode. Okay, it is in sleep mode in a 30 minutes by default. So what is in a power saver? So go to the go back once. This is the back button, so go back once. Okay, power saver, change power. So see, off of the time of a balanced one, 5 and 15, 5 and 15, it is display off. Just for understanding only, I'm writing like this, but you should know what it is. It put the sleep, it put the our PC into sleep mode in 15 minutes. If you observe, from balance to power off, power saver, so off of the time only. High performance. We see what is the time in a high performance. Change plan settings. Display turn off is 15 minutes, never sleep. You don't put your never sleep. That's why I said, when you are working from morning to evening, or always working people, so display is off for 15 minutes. If next 15 minutes you didn't touch your PC, automatically display is off. And it put into sleep mode, never. So because you are working, right? So you don't put it in a sleep mode. Okay, nice. These are the power options. What are the power options? Balanced, power saver, and high performance. Okay. Additionally, you can create your own power also. That power plan also. This is the thing. Create a power plan. So if you click on create a power plan, you will get some plan, and you can change the plan also. So you can create your own power plan, but I'm not doing now. Okay, like that. So choose when to turn off the display. This is a one option is there. Choose when to turn off the display. Directly you can able to change the things. Okay, change when computer sleeps. Same option we are getting. Okay, next. Required a password on a wake up. For example, you put that one into the sleep mode. Then if you need a password for that one, woke up password, then we have to create the password here. Change or a create or a change your user account password like this. Don't require password thing. You have to change it. Like these options are disabled, right? You can put a sleep, then it will work. So like uh, so I will go back. Choose what power button does. So now we are getting this one. Okay, when you press the power button, it is automatically shut down. Earlier days, if you press the power button, it will nothing will happen. If you deep power button, direct turn off, directly power off. But you have to shut down properly, right? You should shut down your PC properly. So you have to go to here and power. You have to shut down. Instead of shutting down, you press the power button, and it may not do something. If you press long press power button, automatically it turn off the system directly power off type. We should not do that one. We should not turn off power supply directly. We should shut down properly. So then I put a when I press the power button shutdown. Just if I press the power button, then as a normal shutdown only it will start. But generally close everything, then shut down normally. Okay, don't use power button to shut down. For example, I have a work. Okay, I have a work and I'm going out. I don't want to shut down my PC, but I want to put it in a sleep. Then I change option to sleep when I, like when your system is in home. If any kids are there, any kids or anybody got angry on you, they come and press the power button. So if it is shut down, maybe you're working something that will be not saved and it is not going to save also, then next time it is giving you problem, right? So if you put a sleep, then if someone is press your power button, it is going to sleep. After their calm down, then you can start your PC. It restore from the last stage. Of course, there is a hibernate option is also there. Hibernate will save all your settings and last window what is open. It back everything. Sleep may possible that unsaved data may not be there, but still sleep works normally. Just a turn off display. Just if you put here and if you press the power button, only display will off. That's it. System won't off. Okay. So sleep and turn off the display both will work properly. Both will help you in a setting. Do nothing. If you put a do nothing means sometimes when people are working on a system, accidentally they'll touch the power button and it is going to shut down. Now you don't want that accidents. So people are having different habituates and some kind of people like, so accidentally they'll touch the power button or maybe they'll kick the power button when we are working in our institute, in our organization only. So usually girls they move their legs and they kick the power button. So automatically start shutdown. Sir, it is shut down. It is not working. So it is low quality system. No, no, no. You kick the power button, then it is shut down automatically. Do nothing. So accidentally touching is do nothing part. Okay. Turn off the display is actually good and sleep is good. Okay. Shut down. If in case you're hurry, then you can press the power button and shut down. Okay, so these are the thing. Okay, I don't know whether they may ask a question here on this one or not, but important is power options are important. First thing, balance, power saver, and high performance. Guys, remember interview questions on the Windows 10 not only on subject and features and uses, also your hobby. If you are using a system, means you should know each and every point of the part of your operating system, each and every thing. How do you deal with that one? Not only a specific concepts. This small also very important. Last time in one interview, people are asked one question. The question is, what is the difference between exit and quit? Okay, exit and quit. This is the question in an interview. So no one will expected that one. Luckily, the some guys are a little bit smarter than they given some answer, and the interview said not satisfied completely, and still we are fighting how to give answer this one. Okay, in CMD, if you take a CMD, like go to run CMD. If I type exit, it close the window. It close the window. Okay, it close the window. If I type exit, it close that terminal or window. If I put a quit, nothing is happen. Nothing is happen. If I type quit, nothing is happening. When I put a small letters, nothing is. But quit will work when you are in a certain extra terminals. So, for example, netsh is a command. Okay, so I'm in a netsh mode. This is I'm in inside of netsh mode. Now, when I put a quit, I quit from that mode. Okay, if you are in a if you are doing in some process, you are in a inside a process, you are doing one by one. Now you realize you don't want to continue, you want to quit from there. You can put a quit will work like. Okay, so control c is like a quit from current thing. Okay, so quit. Understand difference between exit and quit. Exit is always like a exit from the terminal, or close the terminal, or exit from the terminal. Okay, or exit from the current window. Okay, exit. Quit is actually quit from the some process or application. Okay, so that's the difference. What you are observe, like you can give your own example when you are doing something on it. Okay, I'm putting exit. Okay, what is the difference between run as an administrator to just run? Okay, what is the difference between run as a administrator? Run means open. Just what is the difference between open and run as a administrator? Normally, like if I have a this put is there, no, rightly, this is open, this is run as the administrator. What is the difference? It is there in our system, we don't mind about it, but what is the difference? Okay, like that. Got the question? I'll type. What is the difference between open and run as administrator? Okay, difference between exit um, and quit. What is exit and quit? There is a questions. It is not a specific subject also, observation. What is sign out and sign in? Of course, log out, login. It is similar as log out and login. Not a difference between these two things. Log out, login. One function, log out, and then your login. Or login, log out. Login, log out. Or we can say login, sign in, and sign out. Either of that one, so you can take anything. login. First we should log in, then only we can log out, right? Log out. Okay, so to switch user, switching, user switching. That's spelling part. Okay, switch user. So when you are signing and you are sign out, then sign in to the another PC. So control X. So first sign in, sign out. After sign out, you are signing, right? What is the difference between that one and switching the one user to another user? So that is another thing. Okay, these are our general observations. Generally, we do use the machine, so then we'll understand. Okay, I told about power option. Then I will tell about sign in options. Sign in options. Again, go to settings. Mm, Put it in a full screen mode, then it is quite better. System. Again, system. There is a sign in options are there, no? Storage, power, like this. Yeah, account. Go to account. Sorry, go to account. You can see your account name. Student one, local administrator, local account, administrator. You are administrator. Okay. No, you are actually name of the administrator is disabled by default, because when you create a first account in Windows, he is administrator. Next, in Microsoft Windows 8 and 10, so there is a one more option is called sign in with a Microsoft account. Sign in with a Microsoft account. You can sign in with Microsoft account also there. Okay. Actually, in my PC, I put it, but I am not using. I'm using local account only currently. But I will show you in my physical PC settings, and where is account? Here it is account. Okay, see, this is a local account administrator. He is my nephew. Okay, this is my phone. Okay, so sign in with Microsoft account. I think I already added. Okay, I added, but I am not using the Microsoft account now, so it's okay. Leave it. When I go to email and account, so then can you see there is two accounts? This is my company account, latif.sheikh at the rate savantis.com. That is from Savantis only, because Savantis using Office 365. Okay. Mm. Next, I'm using my personal account, Latif Sheikh at the rate live.com. That is my personal account. So this is my personal account. Okay. I'm not using currently because it is asking password every time. I don't like passwords. Okay. Yeah, so you can add your Microsoft account here. My suggestion is, if you are dealing with your personal laptop and you have purchased a Microsoft original copy, you can give your Microsoft account, make sure that it is working and valid and continuously working. If it is not working, giving a Gmail account. Last time one guy given a Gmail account in our lab itself, one smart kid only itself. His name is Akshay something. His name, okay, as I remember. The guy put a Microsoft account in a virtual machine. Then there is a problem. Don't give Microsoft account in everywhere. This is for lab purpose. We are in that one, so we don't no longer use this one. Okay, okay. So, but we can able to give. But if you give, be careful while you are giving. Make sure that it's a continuously working one. And when you log in, you must require all the password setting and okay. This is a your picture. You can browse your picture, take a camera, selfie, or you can add a email, calendar, contacts also here. Add a work or school account. For example, you are working in an organization given a laptop to you. You can add a work related account, which is I showed you already in my physical PC. This is a sign in options. Okay. Okay, here it is, option is there. When PC wake up from the sleep, like that. Okay, I change it to never. Okay, see here it is. Three type of password sign in options are there. One is password, like a normal password, ABCD password. Okay. Another one is a PIN number. The PIN is usually like if you are using a Microsoft account, and it will ask for a PIN. So when you given a PIN, automatically PIN is nothing but a password. Okay, like your mobile phone, you can use your fingerprint as a pin, and what is that one, pin as a password, like a number, like a 1234 as a number pin password. And you can use select the dots, right? So pattern password, same thing. Like you can use pin as a password, normal password you can put it, pin password you can add it, picture password also you can put it. So you can put a favorite picture to it and add picture. So you have to select the picture which is your favorite, then automatically it's become a picture password. So there are three type of sign in options are there. So you can log into your PC with a different way. So one is okay, what is the sign in option? Password, normal ABCD alphabetical password. Make sure that uh, minimum seven characters and complex password is there generally. Okay. Mm. Next one is pin number. Okay, so what is the pin number? 1234, any random four numbers usually we are using. So mainly if whenever you can add your Microsoft account, it will ask for a pin number. Okay, I can't show you now. If I show, then I will log out. If I log out, then enter section will be closed. Then I have to put a camera on it. Okay, and I don't give a Microsoft password to my virtual machine. Okay, another one is picture password. Okay, so you have to choose the password, favorite password, favorite picture as a password. You can log in like that. Okay, so these are the sign in options. Next, this is a work access. So this is sign in options. This is the work access. What is the work access or school? Why school is there here? Because Microsoft Windows 10 is education edition is also there. Education edition is also there. Minimum age is 13 years. Minimum age is 13 years. And how you will get a education part? So you don't buy that one. So who will buy? One more edition is there. That is a education edition. So minimum age is okay 13 years. Okay, and next, who will having your principal? College principal having your account. So you have to give your name. Then college people will give you an account. Sorry, college or school people will give you an account. Universities, for example, you are studying in some private university. There are Microsoft partners. Okay, if there are Microsoft partners. Okay, and you ask for your Microsoft Windows 10 education license, then they will give you they'll create an account for you. So they will give you account like your name at the rate something like that. Okay, like school name like that, or maybe Microsoft.com, like they will give you. You can come to your PC login, then you'll automatically become an educated edition. Okay, so that is a school edition. Next is a work. Work is usually like a enterprise or a professional thing. Okay. Mm. Um, if you are working in an organization, I'm working in an organization that is called as Savantis, right? So Savantis is an organization, is a part now. They are using Office 365 and other business from the Microsoft, means mail accounts, Active Directory accounts, everything from Microsoft account only. Now I am getting a Office 365 account from my organization. So my account is latif.sheikh at the rate savantis.com. If you look at Charan sir, Charan.babu at the rate savantis.com. Vikram sir is a direct official account. Pune at the rate careers.savantis.com. What is savantis.com? Domain. And who is providing and maintaining this domain and user authentication is by Microsoft only. So you can log in anytime and you can add those accounts in a Windows 10 for a synchronization between your accounts and other things also. Okay, next, family and others. You have a PC, you have a PC, and that PC can be used by multiple people, or maybe you have a multiple PC, so be used by multiple people. Like that, we can able to use it. So here I'm going to draw something to understand. Wow, a lot of drawings are here. Do not change. This is your PC. You have an account. For example, I have an account in this PC is a student one. For example, I'm using this PC. For example, my nephew or maybe my brother or someone also want to use the PC. Both are using the same PC. Now, in my account, I have in my desktop, I have so many applications. Are right? I have so many applications in my PC. Maybe so much of data is in my desktop, or maybe documents, pictures, and all. Now, I don't want other person to access my personal data. Where is my personal data? Documents. Hold on. I type something. So what is the document? Yeah, that's why. Documents, pictures, desktop, videos, music, favorites, libraries, saved pictures, applications, some of the applications. Okay, these are my personal data. I don't want other person to look at my personal data. Okay, and also I want to protect him or her from looking at my data, as well as I want to limit other person. So what I done? So I create another account. Just for example, student. Okay, then automatically he will get his own personal data. He has its limit. I'm administrator anyway, first account, so I can limit the second user how much he can utilize, kind of stuff, how much disk space he can able to utilize, what application he can able to utilize, what time he can able to utilize. We can able to restrict the user for accessing this PC. Okay, so he has his own documents, pictures, desktop, and music. So that his data and my data won't be mix. His personal data and my data won't be mixed. Okay, his data and my data won't be mixed here. But if you put anything data in directly, like direct only single C drive, or maybe D drive, or maybe E drive. Okay, so whatever it is, if you put directly in this directory, so anybody can able to access the data. But when you are putting a data into these things, other user cannot access your data. So I will show you this one. See, on my desktop I have a lot of icons, pictures, documents, so many things are there, right? For example, I add one more account. the person access with that account, he cannot see my desktop, he cannot see my desktop wallpaper also. Okay, so he got his own desktop. So like that. So whenever you have a multiple users using your PC, better to create an account and keep his own personal files into that one. And also we can limit the time, so we can limit the person time. Like for example, kids are there in a home. There are, whenever we have a time, they started using a PC, right? So we can limit it, like every day 1 hour, every day 2 hours, like that we can limit it also for that. Okay. Next, sync your settings. Of course, what is this other user? To add any extra user, we can click here and we can add the user. I will show you how to add the user. So once I completed this one, sync your settings. Whenever you have a any account, Microsoft account or common account between this PC and other PC, like work and this one. For example, you have a your personal laptop in your home, and you have a desktop in your company, and both are connected with the same account, both are connected to the same account, and both settings should be sync. Then what to do, you can sync it. How does sync works? Like you can go, it is showing an error. So this feature only available if you are using a Microsoft account or work account. So you have to add your work account here. Okay, sorry, you have to add your work account. Then you can sync between those two PCs. For example, this is my laptop and I have a desktop. If I want to use both same Microsoft account, I put both sides same Microsoft account, and when I what are the settings here, that will be settings are synced to that one. This is called a sync. Okay. Now we will see how to create a second account. I'm closing this one. So first of all, what we are going to do is, that is I will tell first. So we are adding another user. Okay, we are adding another user. Earlier days we use a control panel directly to add a user, but now we can't use a control panel to add a user. Okay, so how to add a extra user? Okay, the first user already. So I will, okay, we have our notepad here. How to add user? So whenever you add a user, like your user first user is mine, is a student one, is by default is an administrator. Remember, this is, you got all rights. When you're adding a user, for example, I'm adding a user, for example, student 2. So I'm adding another user is a standard user, standard user is a standard user. You don't have more rights. You cannot install application. You can't change the settings. Okay, the standard user cannot change the settings. Okay, you cannot able to change the settings. You can't install apps. Okay, you cannot change the settings, you can't change the apps, you cannot override the anything regarding administrator. You only you can able to do if you know administrator password. Okay. Okay, the user. Okay, the standard user need password of administrator to change anything. Okay, you is you can't do anything, so he can't change it, the things he can't able to install application, but he can use the PC. You can able to use applications also, but he cannot change it, he can't able to install, he can't able to uninstall the applications also. Okay, can't modify anything. You can modify the document, creating a document. Okay, that is a different part. Okay. Now how to add a user? So go to settings, go to settings. So we'll see accounts, family and other user. Add someone else this PC. Click here. Then it will open because we are connected with internet. It will give you an option like how will this person will sign in. Okay, it's a multiple sign in options. So Windows, Office, Outlook, OneDrive, Skype, or Xbox also. You can put Microsoft account here and Xbox also. Both we can able to sync it. Okay, I don't have this person's sign in option, means another person. Click here. Then we have to create a new account. This is again email account only. I don't want any email account or Microsoft account or worker account or anything. I don't want this one. I want to add a user without a Microsoft account. Then it is asking a local account. So we can able to type student2. If you want to give password, you can give it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to close this one, and also I'm going to close this one, minimize this one. Guys, again I'm repeating the steps. Listen carefully because you should know, you should do it right. So that's why I'm repeating again. Windows button, click on settings, go to accounts. Okay, settings, accounts, click on accounts, then click on family and other, family and others, sorry, family and other users. Click on family and other users, go to other users, add someone else to this PC. And because of we are connected to internet, and as well as it is asked who is able to access, means their email account. Okay, so we'll see that one later, but see here. Okay, add someone else to this PC. Click here, then wait. It is asking the other person's email account or phone number. Oh no, we don't have any other things. I don't have this person's sign in information. Click here where I don't have this person's sign in information. Click here. Now it is asking to create a mail account for the other person. No, I don't want to this one. I want local accounts only. Add a user without a Microsoft account. I want to add a local account. So I went there. Now I'm getting this one. Create an account for PC. So I'm putting a account is student2, and then password is required. No, I don't want to give password here. This is just a normal account. Student2. Click on next. Just a given student2. Click on. This is a local account. Okay. This is a local account. And when you click this one, automatically remove and change account type is also there. So when I click on change account type, it is asking, it's a default is standard account. Okay, and we can make him as an administrator also. Okay, the account is standard account only. Generally it is a standard account. We can make him as an administrator like this. You can click on administrator, he become an administrator. Understand? So don't change anything, just see the option only. Okay, next. And whenever you create an account, so when you go to this Windows button, go up, can you see the student one? If you click it, you can see the student2 there also. You can see student2 there also, but don't click there. You have to sign out and then you have to log in as a student2. Before that one, I want to show you something in control panel. Control, so type control. Okay, Find out user accounts in the control panel. User accounts, again user accounts. See, this is the student one. Local account, administrator, password protected. Local account, administrator, password protected. Okay. And here, if you want to change the name, you can change the name. You can change the account type. Manage other account, like that. You can see. So I'm clicking on manage another account. Manage another account. You can see both the things, student 1 and student 2. Why it is not showing password protected? Because it's password protected, like this. Now you want to delete an account, you want to change the account type, you want to create a password for that user, or change account name, you don't like that name, then we can do it. So if you click on change password account, like it is asking, showing like standard and administrator. What is standard account? Can use most software and system change system settings that does not affect other users or the security of this PC. Can use most software and change system setting that does not affect other users or the security of this PC. Means we can change the certain settings, but which is not affected on our system security and as well as a main account user. Administrator have a complete control over the PC. They can change any settings and access all the files and programs stored in a PC. Anywhere they can able to access. They can override any permissions by administrator. Standard user have as a limited access. You can use it max to max. You can able to use it, but you cannot change settings, installations, that kind of stuff. Now, okay. So if you want to check for any other settings also, you can do it. Now currently I am going to log out. Okay, so here student, I'm going to sign out. In a background, I didn't close few things, right? Then automatically it will close, otherwise it will ask you, do you want to sign out anyway? Yes, I sign out from the student one. Now click on the screen, see student one, right? Now I have a student two also. If you see the left side bottom, you can see the student two. Click on the student two, it is showing signing. It's the first time signing into the student two. So no, I will go to student only first. Sorry, I want to show you something. I have to show that one earlier. No, I'm logging into student one only. So again I will log into student two. So one second. Okay, I'm going to folder this one, C drive, users. Can you see there is a only student one folder? I created a student two, but you can see student one folder only. These are all belongs to student one only. For example, I created a file on the desktop, which is I didn't save it, so that's why it is nothing is there. Okay, so I put this is student one file. So just for fun, just save, or maybe I will put some folder on it. New folder, yeah folder. So remember, this is student one desktop, and also I'm going to documents. So I'm going to create some document here. For example, it's just document. This is a S1 document name is S1. If you want to put something inside, this is something. Just put it for our understand. So remember, guys, in C drive, I created an account student two also, but it is having a only student one. This is the student one profile data. Remember all my words because Windows is not that much easy as a Linux. Linux is more commands, more and more commands. People, when you do with the Linux, you may either you like it or you hate it, but there is a Linux. So, but if you come to the Windows, how much you like it. Definitely words, sentences, every terms is very important in a Windows, because not one path is a multiple areas you have to understand in a Windows operating system. If you like it also, you will hate it sometime. Okay, so understand, it is a profile. User profile means, see, user student one, the data which is there here, it is belongs to only student one only. The data what is there, it is student one only. When you see here, can you see, this is desktop, something is there, documents, something is there, downloads and nothing is there, music, nothing is there, picture. So for example, I create a picture here also. The picture don't have anything, just I edit, I put a something like this. That is enough. Okay, picture, video, nothing is there. So when you see this thing, remember what is the data is here, and and only student one folder is there. Why? Because of student two is not at login. Student two user is created but not at login. That's why I log out and I came back here. Now I'm going to log out from student one. Sorry, sign out. Sign out, log out, both are same. Now I select a student two. Sign in. I didn't give a password, so directly sign in. So I'm signing into student 2. See, again it is showing a setup like your first time, like a student 1 only. Hi, we are happy you are here. It will take again time. It will try to set student 2 environment. Environment for student 2. Environment for student 2. My pictures, my documents and all. Oh, it's almost 1 hour. 5:30. 5:26. No, well, once I show it, then I will. Okay, I log in. So where is a folder and file in my desktop? Cancel this one. So when you see this one, cancel it. Where is that file and folder in the desktop? Gone. Then I'm going to this one. Nothing. I'm selecting documents. I created a document, right? Richness document. Gone. Picture. Gone. Where it is? It is in student one only. This is a student two profile. You can see users. Can you see student two? Student two profile. This is student 1 profile and this is a student 2 profile. You cannot access student 1 profile. You cannot currently have permission to access this folder. Student 2, you can open it because you have a rights to open your own documents and pictures. For example, here I want to create on desktop a rich text document. So, for example, I put a name S22, okay, by student 2. Okay, this is by student 2. So before I'm going to switch to student one, I want to show you a few things like ncpa.cpl. So I can open the settings. This is my adapter. Right click. I try to disable the adapter. See, I try to just, I'm checking the status details. I got IP address, everything good, no problem. But I want to disable it just for fun. Immediately, can you see? It is asking for a student one password. If I know the password, I can able to do, but if I don't know, just I can't change it. So I can't change the settings. I cannot create an account. I can't install applications also. for everything I need my administrator password, because I'm a standard account. Without knowing administrator password, I can't change anything. So just to show you only, I done that one. Okay, now I'm going back. I'm sign out from my account, sign out. Maybe you may see very small window, that's why columns. Okay, and now I'm going to student one. Password is there, so Vedi @123. Now open. Okay, see again, student one, the document, and this one is came up. Where is that S22? It is there in a student one only. Okay, if you are going to Explorer, this is called Explorer, File Explorer. Explorer, Internet Explorer is different, File Explorer is different. Okay, see, both are there. This is a student one document. This is student two. Again, it is asking restriction. If you continue, you can view it because you are administrator, but directly cannot able to do it. So you have to do. So you can see documents. Picture is there. So this is the picture. This is the document. This is the desktop. So understand the profile difference between a one user to another user. So the profile is different from place to another place. If I put a data in the C drive, if I put a data in the C drive, it can be accessed by both the users. But if I put a data in a personal profiles, so then other user cannot access it. Understand? If you put a data in C drive or a D drive or E drive, all users can able to access data. But if I put it in a desktop, documents, pictures, videos, so other user cannot able to access it. So that is called a profile data. Okay, once you are completed your work, compulsory shut down your PC. So I'm shutting down. I don't need to teach you that one, you know already how to shut down your virtual machine. Shut down your virtual machine, don't use any shortcut like this. Okay. This is it for today. Already 5:30. I thought something I will do it, but nothing. Where is this?